So these ones supporting all those timbers that go into the wall, they go all the way through the first skin. I know because I did them, and they're on joist hangers, most of them, and fixed through. So that's the support of the inside skin along with this. I'm also going to do 4 strong boys, so 2 inside, 2 outside, and then cut down and put the steel in. The steeling will go underneath. The steel will go underneath there, so that's actually my cutout zone. And then I'll have to build the brickwork back up. Well, I say I mean my brother. So I've got him here helping me. We've done similar work to this before, just not internal to external. So previously we've had to take down structural walls which were inside one of my houses. And yeah, on this one we had a brick arch, so we could open that up, which made it a bit easier. Oh, the camera swiveled off a bit here. So we worked out that brick arch, and then we could cut either side. We're using a combination of the recip saw with a masonry blade, SDS drill, and also the disc cutter. I would have done this differently. I would have probably done my cut down the outside before I got the strong boys and acro props in the way, which was a bit annoying. So I couldn't do a clean cut until all the acros were out the way and the brickwork was built back up again. So I didn't get any video of us actually building the brickwork back up, but you can see it started to crumble away on that left hand side, so we had to rebuild it. And here you can see my brother has put in 3 pad stones. Not that the pad stones were specified, one's on the outside skin, but the outside's to be rendered. Just we had them sitting around, saves laying 3 bricks, but yeah, we just had some pad stones, so we used them. And you can see how much we've had to replace. So here's my brother, where he's bricking up that window on the right, which fell a bit annoyingly, whereas the other window was within the opening, so we could just chop it straight out. And there was some old vents, I believe it was for like some old flue for a boiler, as you'd see on the left hand side in the top corner. That air brick as well was removed, along with a lot of cavity wall insulation that was falling out. Then removing these acros is definitely a 2-person job. I did it on my own because the majority of this build is just solo, me on my own, and I had no one about to give me a hand, so it just takes a lot longer, I would say. Not twice as long, 3-4 times as long as you've got your inside, outside, and then the entrance is partially blocked and whatnot. But yep, got it done safely, didn't die. So there's the new opening, almost complete. Just need to do infill brickwork. You can see a bit of the cavity tray there. And I put some pad stones in, even though they weren't spec, just because I had them laying about. Even one on the outside skin. But that's being rendered, so you'll never see that. And there's not one here on the outside skin. But yeah, it's being rendered. So I just did a bit of infill brickwork on top of the steel. It's quite ugly, but it's in a brick bond, so it'll be strong. And then it's just going to be rendered, but you can see there's a old crack underneath the window. So chip off all the render up to there and repair that. You do get cracks under windows quite often. But that's all the acros out. And strong boys. Obviously I had one there, and then, what would you call it? A needle going through, which was a 4x4 piece of timber. Maybe that caused the crack, but it will be repaired. And then ready for paint on the outside once it's rendered. But it's a 1.8 metre opening. So considering the width, if you have a look here, yes, that's me stepping over rubbish. I do need to have a proper tidy in here now. You can see it's almost the width of the whole room, which was the max I could do without doing a goalpost steel. And where it's not holding really any weight on the back, my structural engineer didn't even specify a heavy duty lintel. It was just a standard lintel, 2.1 meters to go over that 1.8 meter span. So it just needs to be 150 bearing either side. And yeah, I need to clean up the outside edges. And then what I'll be doing is clearing out this cavity. here. It's obviously been filled with a lot of crap. And I could do obviously cavity closers, but I'm going to put Celotex insulation inside that side and inside this side behind the cavity closers, just to help with where it's going to be coldest. So here underneath the old window, I need to do a cut down there. Now that I can get behind the props, so I put them a bit close, and then just, yeah, a clean cut here.
So this is me just dropping the level out the back, because there was a concrete slab, or rather two concrete slabs, one poured on top of the other, and it was causing damp inside. What I'm going to be doing is a French drain around the house, or Acco drains, I haven't decided 100% yet. And I'm going to be doing a patio, so it's going to be going onto a patio, and this doorway around the side is being blocked up and replaced with a window.
So there's been a course of engineering bricks run across the bottom of this new opening, and it's been cut down either side. The opening's actually slightly too wide. I think there's about 1 inch of space, fitment gap, and it's a bit jagged. Had to do some infill bits. Some of the brickwork crumbles, some of the bricks are rock solid. There's no in between, it seems. But yeah, those engineering bricks, I need to stop kicking them because I think I've wobbled some of them loose. We're going to clear out this section, and then joists are going to run into here, and then I've got my cavity closers going up here and up here. It then came to the end part, or rather start of the end, the actual fitting of the French doors. So the opening was slightly too narrow to keep it square, the French doors, so I had to cut a sliver out, and then I had put in some restraint straps which are going to tie it to the inside skin of the brickwork, even though the doors themselves are fixed to the outside skin. And then once that's done, windows are all square, it's all square, then you're putting in the windows, and this is a process known as toe and heeling, which I'll cover in a minute. And then once you've got the windows in, you're putting in those metal beads on these aluminium ones. If you've got plastic ones, it's going to be your plastic, your PVC beads, which are a lot more flexible. These ones kind of click into place. It's quite a unnerving click when you do the first one. Feel like it's going to break. You can see me there with a nylon hammer, just giving it a little tap. And then I'm putting in packers so I can get the gasket in at a later point, as the gasket is what seals the window on the inside and keeps it pressed up against the outside, keeping it firmly efficient, stopping air travelling round the glass inside those beads. But yeah, it was a little bit tedious. This bit actually I think took longer than the fitting of the aluminium doors themselves, the aluminium frame. So that's the doors fitted. I need to put a couple of fixings through the frame. Got some tech screw fixings I'm going to just put through just to pin it, and then I'm going to go around, foam it and gasket. But I've toe and heeled it. So what toe and heeling means is you have your plastic packers, where these doors open, that's a bit better, open that way and that way. It means the arching leaf, oh, just locked it. So the weight hangs out there, but what you want to do is pin it so the weight is on this corner here and that corner there. And so your door doesn't clip at the bottom, doesn't sag, don't get any issues locking it, none of that. So you put packers underneath the glass. You would have seen in that time lapse here and here, here and here, here and here, and there and there. The packers did come with it, but they were blue 4mm ones. I couldn't find them at the time, so I had to use these slightly thinner glazing packers. Hopefully it doesn't slip off those packers, and I just need to put the gasket in as well. So last bit for function is to get these rubber gaskets in. So I've just wet the window with some spray, just pressing it in really. It seems to be going pretty well. Now that's wetted, it was brutal before. And then I'm just going to cut it off down there, do a separate piece, cut it off down there, do a separate piece, cut it off down there, and then rinse and repeat over here. and then I'll show you what it looks like from the outside as well in the daylight. It's a bit messy out there. I'm going to tidy that up in a bit. Hopefully the rain dies down. Yes, they do definitely need a clean. It's the spray I use to get the gaskets in, and you can see all my finger marks on them. So this is what they look like from the inside. So you can see I've got my cavity closers on. They are to be boarded, and they've just been foamed round. Still got bits of the residual foam on there, but yeah, if you have a look, cavity closers on both sides. Again, it's a bit loose as well, but yeah, the doors all been foamed round. I could cut these straps off as they were just put in place, so I could get the door in on my own so it didn't fall out. And I have £1,400 broken on the floor. I'll just show you it from the outside. So here you can see how much light it lets in. It makes the room feel so much bigger. And it's a tiny little galley kitchen. So as soon as you walk in, it's central. I could have done it so you would have had a full bank of units down either side, but that makes the kitchen 4.5 meters and makes you quite limited on certain types of worktop. But yeah, so the kitchen's going to run to about here and to about here, and then I've got room for a radiator here and some shelves up here. So on the outside it will be right key, need to do the right key. It will be all patio. I need to get the membrane down and then bring all that stone down and whacker it, but that'll be obviously a different video. So there you go, there's it from the outside. Need the render touch up, and I'm gonna take out these bricks because it broke and created a crack up here. But yeah, that'll be in the next month or so. But yeah, you can see just foamed all around the edges. Here I may need to do another brick just so I can get the render over. But I'll see what my plasterer says. And yeah, all this has been dug down, but I'm going to do a French drain round here as well, because if you saw any of the other videos, there's a bit of a damp issue. But yeah, that's the windows, doors, done. Quick breakdown of costs, because everyone's always interested in them. So doors, they were custom built. They're 2.2 high, 1.8 wide. They were £1,400 delivered. They're aluminium, not plastic, which means they're actually easier to fit. They don't sag, and yeah, they were a custom size, obviously. The brickwork, it was 2 days, opening it up, getting the lintel in, all the repair work above, inside and out, and the repair work down the bottom here. It was 2 days bricklayer's labour. I paid my brother. I'll keep the costs shush on how much I paid him, but I did pay him. So 2 days bricklaying. You could do it in 1 day. It was just a lot of the wall this side was repaired, so you can see how many courses we had to go up. If you did it early in the morning, then, or it's warmer, then the muck starts going off. You'd probably be able to get it all on in 1 day. But yeah, so that, and also the lintel, which was about £120, and then I had structural calculations, which I think were £200, and then building control, which was around £150. So it was all below £2,000 to change that from windows to doors. So pretty expensive considering the value of the house, but I'm happy with it. You can see how much light, and you can see I've got no beard at the moment and I need to brush my hair. But regardless, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and if you are interested on anything else that I didn't cover in the video, please let me know, comments below. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. Oh,